The world seems to be becoming a part of the seams, and it's really easy to feel anxious and to really feel at a loss as to what to do about it. But in this video, we're going to go into a really simple approach that will start making it better.
To go deeper into this stuff and to get more life out of life, then subscribe to our Sakaso YouTube channel and be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing.
So there's COVID, there's an election coming up, there's like economic crazy town going on. There's so much going on. But there's actually a really simple way to approach all this that will really help. For starters, don't try to fix the whole world. That's not what we're saying here. Big problems that you see in the world, they don't happen by themselves. They happen because a lot of people are making choices, individual choices, and those individual little choices of people acting in their immediate world right around them, all those people doing that together are adding up. And if those choices are coming from the wrong perspective, then they're adding up to a big problem. The approach to fix it is to go to the root of the problem, which is to start working on your individual choices that you're making right now in the world around you. And that's what we're going to focus on in the video. So the thing is that we make choices all the time, right? We make choices about what to watch online, on TV. We make choices in our relationships, how we relate to each other.
Yeah, every single day.
Yeah, all the time, right?
What to eat.
Yeah, exactly. So the trick is to make choices that are based on love instead of fear.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Okay. Yeah, so let's break down the examples a little bit. So the news. News does not help here.
Yeah, I don't watch news at all.
Yeah, they're just stoking the fear all the time, right? Making you afraid of what's happening. But, you know, it's totally understandable to be able to want to watch it because you want to be informed. You want to know what's happening. So that's natural, but you can do that in other ways. So what I do is I've just got an app on my phone and I just scan the headlines. My rule is that I only read a story that directly affects me. I'm not paying attention to any sensationalist stuff unless it has some real effect on my life. All the other stuff I just ignore, and I only do that maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the day, and that's it. And so I'm getting all the rest of that time back. And the love choice there is that I love my time and my space, and I want to be in a peaceful space. So I'm making that choice based on love, to respect my own space, right? Instead of on fear of being like, what's going to happen, right? Then, yeah, relationship, right? So this is a tricky one. Let's say I'm grumpy, right? That happens from time to time. And the thing is, you being an empath, you know when I'm grumpy before I do. When I'm grumpy, you kind of just shut down. It's so weird, is I automatically interpret that as you're mad at me for something. What choice do I make? That's the trick. You're already making a choice.
I have choices, you have choices, right?
Yeah.
Like my choice is like, if I'm making choices based on fear, I would probably like, you have some problem, right? I would start yelling at you that I can say all kind of things, but I step back and okay, I'm just gonna be patient here. Sometimes I gotta turn up my patience up to high max, but from him, I look like I shut down.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with you anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Probably.
So my job in that situation is to also not make a choice based on fear there, because my fear would be that she's upset, and that then we would do this, and it would be an unpleasant situation. That's what I really don't want to have happen. Since it looks like she's starting it, because I don't even know I'm irritated yet. It looks like she's the instigator, and so I have to refrain from blaming you and then saying, hey, like, what's your problem? Why are you upset with me? What's the deal, right? Or like challenging her. So that would be me getting angry with her there was a situation about that just recently, and what I did instead, I held back, and I meditated instead, and I released it. Afterwards, I was like, fine. That's the relationship part.
Yeah.
Then there's like, what was the other example we were talking about?
What to eat.
What to eat, yeah.
Yeah, like every day we eat, right? Every time we eat, we are making choices.
Yeah.
What to eat, what not to eat,
Yeah.
right? And if you making choice based on fear, for example, let's say I don't eat fast food, right? Lots of people do that. It's actually a healthy choice.
Yeah.
But behind a healthy choice, if you look in a little bit further, sometimes there is fear in it.
Okay.
So you want to be aware of that. Like, if I eat fast food, I might get sick or I get unhealthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's why I don't want to.
If that's your focus, if you're like avoiding sickness.
Yeah, that's fear-based.
That's all fear-based. So,
right? So yeah, you don't want to do that. You're making healthy choices, that's great. But if you are making healthy choices fear-based, then it's not actually helping, right?
That can make you sick. There's cases of people who get sick. They avoid everything that could possibly cause cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
And they ended up becoming cancer.
They end up having cancer.
Yeah. Right. But instead of making the fear-based choice and being afraid and avoid, you shift the perspective and not focusing on what could go wrong, but focusing on what you can gain.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just a perspective shift. Just that. Simple perspective shift.
Very simple. So if I eat this, I'm going to be healthy. Don't think about what could go wrong if you eat that and this, right?
Because if you're focusing on what could go wrong, you're actually using the law of attraction against yourself, right? You're actually inviting that wrong thing, that cancer or whatever, right?
Yeah. So that's fear-based, and love-based is loving what you eat and loving what you're feeding yourself, and to help
loving your body.
Yeah.
You know, loving your temple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that fix the world problems like COVID or the economy or something like that, right? Well, the thing is this, that if you are making choices that are based on love instead of fear, like what you're eating, for example, it's putting you into like a healthy state of mind. You're in a healthy state of mind. You're empowering yourself to make good choices and make a difference in your world, in the relationship that we have. If I take action of taking the step of acting out of love, and that is to go meditate instead of getting mad at you, then I am taking action. I'm empowering myself to create a healthy relationship between us, right?
And that would empower me too, and I'm empowering myself, and it's
back
just,
and forth, and then we're helping each other that way. And those relationship dynamics, they carry over into work, right? Into your workplace too, right? So if you have like two companies, right? They're both ice cream shops and they're across the road from each other. And in one of them, they're kind of just, just showing up for work and just blah, blah, whatever. I do my job because I have to, right? That kind of thing. The other ice cream shop, they're making the choice to earn money because that gives them the ability to save up and buy a car, right? And that empowers them when they make that decision like that. And that's going to reflect in the relationships they have with each other at the workplace, but also with the clients. That's really important, right? So every time somebody comes in to buy ice cream, they're dealing with somebody who loves being there, right? I'm not an economist, but I know for a fact that ice cream shop with the positive work environment is going to do way better business. That makes a difference economically, right? So that business is going to flourish. It doesn't fix the economy as a whole just by those people acting, but the next place doing the same thing, and the next place, and the next place, that makes an enormous difference on how things get done, right? That's how the small decisions that we make, they bubble up and they affect much larger things like the whole world. And if we're making decisions like we have been for so long in the world based on fear, and sitting on the edge of our couch watching the news about the next possible thing that could go wrong anywhere, if we're just staying in that place and staying anxious, we can't fix it. We're staying disempowered. So the way that helps, that I know of, is to make those decisions based on love instead of fear. Just the little ones that we make every single day in the world right around us. That's where we can make our big difference.
So just do what we can do?
In the end, love is stronger than fear.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Sounds good.
What simple shift can you think of that would bring love into your life instead of fear? Write to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear. And if you want to know more about how to bring love and happiness into your world, then be sure to subscribe to our Sakaso YouTube channel. And we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.